Empty shelves once again, folks. Walmart, Aldi, Sam's Club, all out. Today, we got some pretty wild reports about empty shelves and shortages at some of the biggest retailers in our country. So, turns out that Kroger shoppers are calling out shortages with a lot of empty shelves. Now, one dude on YouTube took viewers on a walkthrough of his local Kroger store and he showed exactly what he found. Spoiler alert, it wasn't great. In Walmart, Portland, Oregon, one shopper is calling time of death. Check it out. Now, tell me if I'm the only one who's noticed this. What I've noticed the most is when everything completely runs out, it comes back in smaller packages and higher prices. Do you guys agree? Drop me a quick amen in the comments down below. And those who can't make it, they just totally shut down. Have you guys heard of ShopRite? They were one of Kroger's major competitors, and they announced that they had to close down their New Jersey location after serving the area for 19 years because of pictures showing empty shelves and taped off aisles. Even Bed Bath & Beyond's last holiday season, it was a complete mess with empty shelves. An employee had to resort to draping banners over them just to cover up the embarrassing gaps in the store. And don't even get me started on the odd overflow of UGG comforters. Did you guys see that? Oh, and it's not just the household items that are in short supply. Apparently, there are even empty shelves for kids' medicines with shortages all over the place for over-the-counter children's medicines in some locations. Kids' medicines, guys. We're talking about a serious shortage of kids' medicines. This is just not right. Pretty soon, we're going to see rationing kick in. Just take a look across the pond in the UK. Some major supermarket chains have had to cap the amount of fresh produce customers are permitted to buy due to supply shortages. People are only allowed to grab a few packages of popular items like tomatoes, peppers, lettuce, and raspberries. Pay attention, guys. Keep watching till the end. Also, for the best way to protect yourself, to invest in gold or silver, hit the link in the description down below of this video. So let's go ahead and start things off with Kroger's, right? So millions of people depend on Kroger for their groceries and essentials. That's no surprise. So Kroger is pretty much the top dog when it comes to supermarkets in the United States, with about 2,800 stores over 35 different states, including Ralph's, King Soopers, and Dillon's. But even with that kind of reputation, some shoppers are getting fed up with certain locations not having the goods that they need. One shopper, Adventures with Dano, he posted a YouTube video where he walked through their own local store just to see what was up with the stock situation. They were a bit surprised with what they found. I couldn't find it myself, but it says here that the description read something like, quote, "We were at Kroger and we were noticing price increases on groceries and a lot of empty shelves. We are here to check out skyrocketing prices and the empty shelves situation. It's getting rough out here. Stores seem to be struggling with getting products," end quote. So they wandered up and down the aisles and noticed that certain items were getting hard to find, like the pet stuff. Super limited. Really a lot of inconvenience tags and everything. The dairy section was rough too. There were 3 whole shelves in the coolers that were supposed to be full of eggs, but they were empty. They noticed that some of the everyday stuff was more expensive too. The store was using sales to cover it up, but it wasn't helping. For example, the 5-pound bag of mandarin oranges, it was on sale for $6.49. But the regular price had jumped to $7.99. Other things like blackberries, bell peppers, and non-dairy creamers, they were also more expensive, even though they weren't advertised as being on sale. The shortages are bad enough, but the shrinkflation is getting ridiculous. We have to pay more and get less. I got some broccoli the other day, and when I put it in the bowl, it didn't even fill the whole thing. And it was a small cereal bowl. So that means I'll have to get 2 bags now. I mean, who can afford this kind of thing? Kroger's competitors aren't doing too hot either. The ShopRite in Gibbstown, New Jersey, is closed for good. It had been around for almost 20 years, but the owners had to shut it down. They put a message on Facebook to let everyone know, saying that they're going to miss being a part of the community. Some pics online showed what the place looked like after it was closed. Most of the store was blocked off, and there was nothing on the shelves or in the refrigerator. Total ghost town. People in the area are super bummed about it. The ShopRite was really convenient, and now they got to find somewhere else to shop. Some comments that they got, quote, "My son's first job was at this store. We'll sure miss it." Another one said, "I feel sad for the senior citizens that had the ease of going to their local neighborhood grocery store." Shout out to our seniors and Social Security fan watching the video right now. Sound out in the comments, you guys. So ShopRite has over 300 locations across the country and serves communities in Connecticut, Delaware, Maryland, New York, and Pennsylvania, among others. And it's not just ShopRite that's closing closing down stores lately. A Stop and Shop store in Greenwich, Connecticut is shutting its doors on June 15th because it's not meeting financial expectations. They gave the almost 60 affected employees the option to move to other sites, which that's going to be one hell of a commute for these people. Several Walmart supermarkets are also closing this month, leaving thousands of shoppers in their lurch. Walmart stores in South Bend, Indiana, Honolulu, Hawaii, Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, and Everett, Washington closed on April 21st. So did Walmart supermarkets in Louisville, Kentucky, and Forest Park, Ohio. They closed on April 22nd. So these closures, they come at a time when the retail sector is in a bind. Analysts at UBS predict that 50,000 stores could shutter in the next 5 years if the economy goes into a prolonged recession. 50,000 stores. Can you imagine what that's going to do to people's wallets and their cash flow? Think of the time, not to mention the gas that Americans are going to have to use up just to get their basic needs, Even the last holiday season saw empty shelves in Bed Bath & Beyond. Shelves were empty and employees had to drape banners over them to hide the fact. Now, apparently, shipments of KitchenAid mixers, KitchenAid kitchen gadgets, and curtain rods had stopped coming in, and the store had a surplus of UGG comforters for some reason. Stores have been receiving way less inventory than usual. Instead of 400 cartons of inventory 5 times a week, like during the 2021 holiday season, they were only getting 100 cartons 2 or 3 times a week in 2022. And some of their customers' favorite products like Wham Sutta sheets were nowhere to be found. Customers were understandably upset, and the store's attempts to order products online for them, it wasn't always successful. It was a very tough time for Bed Bath & Beyond. In fact, they're now talking about filing for bankruptcy. They're projecting a 32% drop in sales and a $386 million loss for their latest quarter. It's crazy. Now, part of the problem is that the company has had troubles paying its suppliers on time, which has caused some of them to stop sending shipments. Employees have even been venting their frustrations on a Reddit message board, talking about how they miss being able to stock the store properly and how customers keep asking if the store is going bankrupt. Some are even suggesting that the retailer won't make it through another holiday season. It's a very tough situation all around. But really, more urgent than a shortage of pillows and bed sheets is the shortage of kids' medicines. It started during the holiday season, but people are still reporting shortages until now, including children's Tylenol, Motrin, and ibuprofen in some locations. People are stocking up on the over-the-counter pain relievers and fever reducers due to the early start of the respiratory illness season. Flu has been a particular challenge recently, with the highest number of cases in the United States at this point in the season for the last 10 years. And during the same period, kids age 4 and younger were second to those age 65 and older for the highest weekly hospitalization rate. We also saw a recent high for RSV cases. Then, of course, there's C-19. Due to the combination of these illnesses, some places in the United States are experiencing supply shortages, but it varies by city and state. Some places had to resort to rationing. CVS and Walgreens are putting a cap on how much ibuprofen and acetaminophen each customer can buy because everyone's been stocking up. If you go to CVS, you can only grab 2 bottles max. But if you hit a Walgreens website, you can buy up to 6 bottles. There's no limit if you buy in person. So how's the situation in your area? Hit me up in the comments down below. Now, pretty soon we're going to see rationing in a lot of our daily needs, especially if China and the United States decide to go to war over Taiwan. Just look at what's happening over in the UK. A bunch of supermarkets have decided to limit how much fresh food customers can buy because there's just not enough food to go around. Apparently, people are only allowed to buy 2 or 3 packs of stuff like tomatoes, peppers, lettuce, and raspberries. And this has led to a lot of pictures of empty shelves being posted all over social media. In the UK, there's been a shortage of fresh produce due to bad weather, which affected crop yields in Morocco and Spain, and the countries that the UK imports produce from during the winter months, according to the British Retail Consortium. Delivery delays and cancellations due to storms were also factors. Other European nations haven't experienced such shortages. However, some British farmers said that they cannot afford to grow produce during the winter months because of high energy prices and the labor shortages that were caused by Brexit. Recently, the UK's Environment and Food Secretary, Therese Coffey, suggested that people should try eating seasonal veggies like turnips instead of harder to get produce. But her comment backfired when the president of the National Farmers Union pointed out that turnips weren't actually in season and sparked a number of turnip jokes on social media. So what do you guys think? Who's betting that we're going to be hearing from President Biden pretty soon announcing that we have to resort to turnips for food? Seriously though, guys, it really would not hurt to stockpile on some basic needs like food, water, and medicine. Let me know if you guys want to learn more about any of this. My comment section is always wide open for you guys. Look forward to hearing more from you. And of course, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. But for now, that was today's jam-packed financial update and daily news report. Empty shelves once again in places like Walmart and Kroger's. Some stores totally closing down, and Bed Bath & Beyond just a few months away from potential bankruptcy. And watch out for rationing and kids' medicine shortages too. But hey guys, we're not giving up. We're just going to keep at it until we reach the dream of financial freedom together. I know we're going to make it through this. I just want to appreciate you guys for always watching the video, subscribing, and please be kind to one another, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.